India's democracy is about to face a major shift. A shift that could change how political power is shared across states. A shift that could make some states far more powerful in parliament and leave others with fewer seats at the table. At the heart of this shift is something called delimitation. But what exactly is it and why is it such a big deal right now? Here are some important questions to think about. Why does an MP from Uttar Pradesh represent more than 30 lakh people while an MP from Kerala represents just around 18 lakh people? Why hasn't India updated the number of Lok Sabha seats in over 50 years? And what will actually happen in 2026 when the freeze on seat allocation is finally lifted? But before we dive deep into these questions, let's take a quick detour. If you are also a data nerd like us and are interested in seeking reliable data-driven insights, do check out Dataful. Trusted by over 20,000 registered users, it offers more than 16,000 clean, structured, and ready-to-use datasets across 50 plus sectors, exclusively sourced from government and multilateral agencies. To know more, click the link in the description. Now back to the story. Delimitation is a process where the government redraws the boundaries of parliamentary and assembly constituencies so that each one has roughly the same population. This is meant to ensure that every vote has equal value no matter where it comes from. Our constitution says that delimitation should happen after every census so that constituency sizes reflect changing population patterns. But since independence, India has done this just 4 times. In 1952, 1963, 1973, and a limited version in 2002. So what explains this irregular approach? After the 1971 census, it became clear that states like Uttar Pradesh and Bihar, which had higher population growth rates, would get more Lok Sabha seats. But southern states like Kerala and Tamil Nadu, which had done better at controlling their population growth, would actually lose seats. This felt unfair, like being punished for doing the right thing. So in 1976, the government froze the process of reallocating seats for 25 years. No state would gain or lose seats until after the 2001 census. But then in 2001, the freeze was extended again for 25 years, this time till 2026. Here, it is important to note that only a limited delimitation exercise was carried out in 2002, because of which constituencies were redrawn based on new boundaries, but the number of seats per state remained the same. Now we are approaching 2026 and this freeze is about to end. So what could change? There are several theories with regards to such changes. Let's understand one of them in detail. A 2019 study by Milan Vaishnav and Jamie Hinston estimated what might happen if Lok Sabha seats are redistributed using the 2011 census numbers. Right now, there are 543 seats in the Lok Sabha. This study projected that the number could go up to about 850 seats if we adjust for population. Here's where it gets interesting. All the 5 southern states combined would gain around just 35 extra seats, but UP and Bihar together could gain over 100 additional seats. That's a massive shift in political power. As a result, the states from South India have already started expressing fears of political marginalization and are demanding for a further freeze of the delimitation exercise. However, any further freeze of this exercise will result in a different problem. Today, each MP in Uttar Pradesh represents about 31 lakh people and each MP in Bihar represents close to 32 lakh people. But in Kerala and Tamil Nadu, each MP represents just about 18 to 20 lakh people. That's a huge gap and it goes against the basic idea of one person, one vote. So what can be done? How can we strike a balance between the idea of one person, one vote and the ideal of not punishing those states which have successfully controlled their population growth? Some experts suggest an alternative. Instead of using total population from the census, why not base seat allocation on the number of registered voters? Let's say Bihar has a population where each MP represents 32 lakh people, but only around 19 lakh of them are actually voters. The rest are mostly children or teenagers below 18 who can't vote. By using the voter base instead of total population, the difference between states would be much smaller. This could make representation much more fair without punishing states that managed to control their population growth. Further, some experts also suggest the idea of giving more powers to the Rajya Sabha so that the interests of smaller states can be protected. But here's an important point. The next census, which was originally scheduled for 2021, has been delayed due to the COVID-19 pandemic. As per the latest government announcement, it will now be conducted in two phases over 2026 and 2027, with 1st March 2027 set as the reference date for all population data. That means any delimitation based on the new census data will not happen immediately, and there is still uncertainty over how this big reset will actually unfold. In the end, all of this leads us to some important questions. Should India prioritize proportional representation based on population, or should we reward states that manage to control population growth? Is it fair to reduce the influence of southern states just because they planned better? When deciding how many seats are allocated to each state, should we depend on the number of voters or the total population? What do you think? How should India handle the upcoming delimitation process? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Research for this story is powered by Dataful and Tagore.ai. To know more, click on the related links in the description.